There we go. Huh. That was weird. Okay, that's set up. Twitch is live. Is YouTube live? It is. Very good. For whatever reason, I cannot pop out my YouTube chat. Let me see if I can, Although it's not showing my stream. Why would that be? Because it's on private. Why is it on private? Oh, that's so weird. Okay, there we go. Oh, the thumbnail is just my profile picture. That's kind of funny. See if I can pop it out from here. I can. It does this sometimes. Yo, Mustang, how's it going? Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Good times all around. Sometimes on the YouTube stream you can't pop out your chat from the dashboard. I need to sneeze. Just got done doing cable management today. I'm so bad at cable management in general. This is probably the best it's ever been for me in any home I've ever lived in, and it's still nowhere close to the magic I've seen online, but it's good enough. How are you, Mustang? Okay, cool. Things are feeling set up. I don't have my I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera. You can't. My laptop set up yet. I need to install a new SSD. Once I have that, oh, I guess I'm gonna need a new capture card as well, external capture card. But the goal is to have a 2PC setup going again. Let's tweet and gram. Can I do our Pick'ems live on VLR? I mean, I can't imagine why they wouldn't be, because the brackets are out. Okay. Cool, they are. Oh, I forgot what I signed in with here. I want to say it was Twitch. I mean, I don't know. Beats me. Okay. Dude, what is this track? Started a new job yesterday. Oh, that's exciting. Well, I don't know. Usually is. Hope it's been a good start. Usually day ones, it's hard to not... Well, I don't know. Some jobs have terrible day ones. Still missing Korea. Well, can't fault you for that. Can't fault you for that. The weather has it's calmed down a bit. It was supposed to be like mega cold while we were on our honeymoon. And then and this music is very distracting. And then it was still like pretty cold while I was in China for Extremes Land. But now it's settled down. I mean, it's still winter, but it's not like, ooh, like I don't even want to go out to the supermarket right in front of our apartment. Like, it's not that level. It's like, yeah, like even at night, it's like, oh, should we go like buy some more fruit? Yeah, that's cool. Like, we can do that. Live from our new home. Bum ba da bum. What color do I want this to be? Yeah, that's cool. .com/@WillChobra. Can I not put two links? Ugh, that's so annoying. I still haven't figured out what I'm gonna do with this Twitch situation, so don't ask me. I was not prepared for... Yeah, well, it was... You came at, like, the coldest time. Yo, Jerry from YouTube. Thank you. Appreciate it. I gotta figure out how to get these font sizes bigger, man, on YouTube. It's actually kind of ridiculous that I can't do this. How to experience your first white Christmas. Oh, yeah, it was snowing, wasn't it? Hey, what's up, Orange? Dude, this YouTube chat, man. I don't know. Wow. Say wow, apparently. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go check on something real quick. And then I'll jump right back. What's up, Vanguards? Thank you, Orange Juice. Appreciate it. Before we move on, let me just I gotta get my hair cut, and I haven't gotten it in our new place yet, near our new place yet, so I just gotta find I wonder if I can... How much is this place? Oh, wait, what? In the same chain of, what? Oh. Interesting. You know what? I'm gonna reserve it after the show. Oh no, Nightbot. Oh, you're so outdated. Oh, it's been a little while, huh? Bear with me, chat. No. Okay.
Now you give him everything he wants, you understand?
Okay, let's do that. Let's disable the YouTube. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so today we're just going to do our pick'ems for Pacific. Those of you who watch Plat Chat, so I was on Plat Chat last night with Achilles and Paper Thin, and we basically went through VCT Pacific, so a lot of my thoughts were already shared there. But there's gonna be some more content coming out as well, where I share some more of my thoughts, and then today we'll just kind of go through our pick'ems. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. I'll just touch on each team briefly, but this is more so about the matchup, right? Because we've done like rankings and stuff, and that's all very much more like, well, do we think they're strong regardless of group and bracket? So I forgot all the challengers leagues are really like they're in full swing more or less. For South America, wait, what's going? Wait, okay, so what's the situation with Did Liquid? Is Liquid doing it? Wait, South Asia, not South America. Because that's split into different groups. Wait, South Asia's not... Wait, what? Wait, do you mean Brazil? I'm so confused. You mean South Asia? Oh, wait. Whoa, why is South Asia not listed in the... I'm going crazy. Oh, no, it is. Oh, I was looking at... No, I was looking at the wrong thing. South Asia. Oh, True Rippers is playing? Oh. I could be bothered to check that out. I'll be very honest, I don't know anything about Metal Esports. Except for maybe... Why do I recognize Excali? Maybe from Velocity? From apparently a very long time ago? Oh yeah, that's right. SK Rossi is playing with Revenant, right? I am curious. I'm curious about this. I actually, you know what? This Revenant team is probably worth keeping an eye on, right? You got SK Rossi. Skills had a pretty decent showing at Convergence, in my opinion. You know, he was just like slotted in and well. And then Severine. I think Severine's a good leader to have. So Revenant's probably worth looking at here. Revenant's first match is over the weekend, though. I might have to check that out. I am curious. It's so... I'll be very honest, though. Like, once VCT kicks off, or, like, it's in... You know, the gears start churning. It's so hard to... It's so hard to keep up with all the challengers scenes, like, live. You know, I'll check in on results and stuff, but... Watching all live and stuff. Yeah, what's up, Quack? Yo, you like that shelf? My controllers are falling down, so I just ordered a rack for my controllers. It's so funny. I've always wanted a controller rack, but I've always thought they were very dumb and silly. Partly because I'm not... I like decorating my home, but I'm also kind of too lazy. I'm like... I would like to have a decorated home, but I also don't care enough to do it too much. And to be very honest, when we moved in, I figured... My wife doesn't really know, like, anything about games. She's never really played any games whatsoever. Like, not even simple mobile games or anything like that. So, you know, I was like... I mean, I'm not, like, huge... I like the idea of decorating, but I'm not, like, I have to have, like... I was never a big fan of the whole, like, gamer crib look. You know, not enough to care about it, so... I didn't even think about like bringing that up, and my wife was like, well, if you're gonna continue like streaming and doing YouTube stuff, like we should make sure you have like a decent background so you don't have to green screen it all the time. I'm like, yeah, I mean that's cool, you know, like maybe some posters, maybe some books and stuff. And she's like, well, maybe you could put some of your, like, I saw you have all these like cool looking things, you know, like different controllers and stuff. She's like, maybe you could put those up. And I was like, oh, I mean, yeah, if you're down with it, like if you're cool with it. I just thought maybe you wouldn't be, but sure. We're not doing neon lights. I don't want neon lights. I mean, I think they look cool in like pictures and stuff, and no, actually, I think they look cool on screen. I just don't want to be in a room with a bunch of neon lights. We went to when we were doing a bunch of furniture shopping, like IKEA, they would always have a section. The different IKEAs in Korea would always have a section, a showroom that was like the gamer look, and it had all the neon lights and whatnot. And I was like, it's cool. Like, I'll take a, you know, it'd be cool to take pictures here, but I don't know. I don't feel it. I used to want it in my 20s, but I mean, I think it would look dope. I just don't think I would want to sit in it for like hours. You know what I mean? I mean, but then again, I guess I've never sat in a room with neon lights for hours, so maybe that'd be wrong. I think it might also partly just be that vibe. I mean, you get that vibe a lot when you're in the studio for different tournaments, and I think part of me is like, I want to leave it there. Like, I don't want that at home. Again, I mean, if you do a good job of it. Yeah, I mean, the white wall is it is a little empty, but yeah, I think it looks nice. So we'll put up some controller racks, and then probably put up some of my discs and whatnot. And then at that point, I might start buying discs again for my PS5 for games I really care about. So where was I? Not Ascension. Challengers. Yeah, I mean, South Asia could be good. Could be good. Excuse me. I'm not exactly excited at all for Korea, unfortunately. I think I'm going to keep a closer look on Korea Challengers, though, because I would like to see it get better and better. And then I'll probably keep a side eye on Japan Challengers. I mean, maybe Thai as well. I mean, listen, if you really want, like, if you want to get a closer look at regions and upcoming talent and all, you know, honestly, some decent games, there's a lot of different challengers regions that are worth watching, right? So if you're like, man, I just can't get enough pro Valorant, like I just gotta inject it into my veins. Honestly, I think the challengers leagues are a lot of them are worth looking at. Not all of them, unless again you want to have a fandom for the region or the team. You know, not all of them are always going to be at a high level, but I think a lot of them are worth looking at. So for me personally, again, it's just like I don't have the time to sit there and watch entire matches as VCT itself continues on, but I am so curious how VCT China kickoff is gonna go. Very curious. I think we could have some fun results there. I mean, EDG. I mean, for all intents and purposes, EDG should be favored to make it to Madrid, but that second slot could be anybody, in my opinion. Could be anybody. Okay, so we'll do pick'ems, and then we're not gonna go too deep into anything else. We'll record our pick'ems. And then we might just play some games a little bit here and there. Probably not Valorant. Although I did just play my first Valorant game in like 2 months. Finally tried the Outlaw. Got a kill with it. Only bought it for 1 round, so not bad. Not bad. Did fire only 1 shot though. So 1 shot, 1 kill. 100% success rate with the Outlaw. That's not true, actually. I bought it a second time, now that I remember. I reset from my memory. I hip-fired it and shot the Astra in the leg for 117 damage. What's up, June? I want to check out this new game. Trinity Survivors, I think it's called. It was released on Steam. I believe it's from a Korean company. I have to double check, but maybe we'll check that out. What's up, Conan? You didn't miss anything. We were talking about me getting a rack for my controllers on my shelf behind my cam, but you haven't missed anything of actual importance. Let me just set up my Epic Pen here. See if oh wait, I don't need my Epic Pen because we're doing pick'ems on VLR. Have you seen or watched Acer Predator League? Team Secret 1. So I did watch the Team Secret games, some of them, but I'll be very honest. So I know some people were like, "Hey, would love to see your thoughts, on Team Secret now that we've seen them play." And I would have loved to too, but again, as I explained in my YouTube video, obviously I've been on my honeymoon and then trying to get settled into our new place, so didn't get around to that. However, they just played Haven and then 1 game of Breeze, and Haven's not in the map pool anymore, so I don't think there's too much to read into. Dude, Bala cracked me up. I saw that. I saw him say that during the podcast, and I almost started laughing, just completely out of line. You know what the craziest thing about my controller collection is? Oh, it's the one that fell down. Hold on. I'm curious if any of you guys remember this. This is let me pull up my camera here. Do any of you guys remember this? This gem? Does anybody have this? Because quite frankly, this is one of the best controllers I've ever used. What was it even called? The Steam... I don't even know what the name was, man. They discontinued it so quick. Wait, did they send these back out with the Steam Deck? No, the Steam Deck's... No, hold on. No. Because Steam Deck is the one that you... Wait, no, Steam Deck's the handheld that they released. No, not the Steam Deck. What's up, Komodo? This was released... where am I even gonna find it? Valve Corporation products, Steam Machine. No, this is like the no. Oh, it was just called the Steam controller. Right on. How's everything down in Oceania? Got to meet up with Elfish Guy at Extremes Land. That was cool. So this was the Steam controller that was released in 2015. I forget when it was. I don't think they sent this out. I don't think this was the controller that was included with the Steam whatever it was. What was the thing that, not the Steam Deck, the one where you could play Steam games on your TV? Steam Link. Man, this is a gem. This is a gem. It's honestly, it's so sad that they discontinued, because here's the thing. So, okay, we're kind of getting sidetracked here, but let me talk about this a little bit. So, this controller is one of my favorite controllers. And for those of you who have no idea what this thing is these pads. So this one has the little cross mark on it, the D-pad mark on it, but this one is just flat, and they're like a touchpad, right? So you can use this as your right stick like a touchpad, and then it has buttons as well. I think both of them had directional buttons or directional inputs. I don't know if you can hear it. Yeah. And then you've still got the traditional ABXY. You've still got a joystick on the left. So you had the choice of doing joystick or the touchpad, whatever it was called. They I don't know, they called it something, but and then you have the buttons on the back as well. Only one on each side though. Although I think they might have been directional, like I think you might have been able to just press them depending on location, and it was counted as two. But the thing is, oh, and then obviously the shoulder buttons as well. The thing is these touchpad, wait, buttons on the left side? Oh, is it because my camera's flipped? It's on the right. So this is my right hand. This is my right hand. This, yeah, I don't know. Yes. No, it's, yeah, what? No. What? No, it's not on the left side. These trackpads. Okay, that's what we were calling them, because, yeah. The trackpads also have haptic feedback, right? So this was the forefather of the PS5 DualSense. And then the controller also has a built-in gyroscopic sensor if you're into that, which actually worked pretty well, although I was never big on that just because I never got used to it. I've heard people who use it for like the Switch actually really like it, like in Splatoon and stuff. But yeah, the trackpads took a little getting used to, but once you got used to it, like playing first-person games, third-person games, playing like FPSs on this thing, and it just, everything felt like a lot less pressure, you know what I mean? Like you didn't always have to have your thumb like on this raised thumbstick. You didn't have to keep like pushing it one way or the other. You could do much faster movements with the camera, things like that. You could be also a lot more precise with the camera. The problem was you had to get used to it a little bit because, I mean, it's a trackpad. Not many people game with a trackpad on anything. So you had to get used to it a little bit. And if you didn't want to and you wanted to use the joystick, to be fair, the joystick, I don't know how to show this, but it is pretty far. Like my hands are pretty big. My hands are fairly big. Like if I really tried, this is like the best way I can give perspective. If I really tried, I could palm a basketball. Or for anyone who plays piano, I think I can reach from a C to an E. I don't know if I can reach an F if I stretch. But anyway, so my hands are pretty big. And even then, this thumbstick is pretty far. So I think that's the part, and the buttons as well. So I think that's the part where it failed, where people were like, oh, the trackpad feels weird. Like, it's a cool idea, but it feels weird. And then they would go back to using the thumb pad and the buttons, and then it starts to get a little stretched. So, which is better for me, Twitch or YouTube? Honestly, I mean, I think I'm going to start relying on YouTube more. Again, I haven't really figured out what's happening with my Twitch. I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue to stream on Twitch or not. I still have yet to figure out if just changing my address is enough back to my address in the States. But, I mean, YouTube will always be there, so. C2 to E3. Yeah, sorry. I meant a 1C to the next E. Yeah. So, But once you got used to the trackpad, it was really good. It was just ahead of its time. Just ahead of its time. Like, you could play a lot of like, you could play just the reason they made this was you could play mouse and keyboard games easily, right? Like, for instance, you could play like top-down click games like Civ, I think is the example they always give, which I've never actually really played Civ, so I don't really get it, but you could play stuff like that with a lot more speed and accuracy than a thumbstick or a joystick where you'd have to, like, you know, really wait for it to reach the end of the screen and things like that. You can just use it as a mouse. So I really liked it. I think it was ahead of its time. I think people didn't like it because they couldn't get used to it. At the same time, these placements probably could have, I don't know, maybe they couldn't have just because the trackpads are so big, but I think it could have been better. But I believe they discontinued it like shortly after the Steam Link or whatever. So it's a darn shame. That's all I want to say. I might start using it again on the PC. Maybe I'll play some Valorant with it. It's got a rechargeable battery. You can charge it with a little USB plug, mini USB. But anyway, that's my little quick spiel about the Steam controller. Oh, it was officially discontinued in 2019, but I'm pretty sure they basically stopped selling it a while before that. FPS games feel... Oh, I mean, yes, by far. I was just joking. But for instance, when I got that controller, I was playing a lot of like single player FPS games with that because you know, I'm just running around. I can lean back, and it's to me, once you got used to it, it felt better than a thumbstick. It was closer to a mouse, but obviously not up to a mouse. But also, I'm not like I don't want to try hard when I'm playing a single player game. So, what, the one I just held? No. That's the Steam controller. Unless you mean the one next to it is a... Oh, it fell down again. The one next to it is a Switch Pro controller. And then my Xbox controllers are below, but they're not Series X. They're the old 360 controllers. Use that controller for Valorant Mobile. Dude, when is that happening? It was like officially announced, right? I mean, with the recent news, maybe it's on hold. Who knows? I know, honestly, I don't know if they need to do Valorant Mobile. I think Valorant Mobile might not be a good idea. What's the status on... How's COD Mobile doing? Is it still doing well? Because that was a pretty good FPS for mobile. But I always did wonder, like, did it target a entirely new, different audience? And if so, is that audience big enough to justify that? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, mobile games, the thing is mobile games have some huge markets that are, like, outside of your vision if you're only a PC gamer. Like, even for me, like, to be very honest, Korea is not actually, I don't think it's that big of a mobile market compared to, like, parts of Southeast Asia, parts of South America, and China. Korea does have a pretty big mobile market, but a lot of it is simply for gacha games, like, not all types of mobile gaming. Yeah, Steam made a controller, 2015. Go check it out. It's discontinued. Dude, maybe if I hold on to that for a little while longer, I could sell it for the big bucks. Oh, did COD Mobile fall down the pay-to-win route, the mobile route? That's a shame. Wild Rift is doing well? Okay. Wild Rift is not doing well at all in Korea, as far as I know. But I have heard it's doing well in other regions, so that's cool. Yeah, so maybe it's worth checking the market for it for Valorant Mobile. But it's always curious to me because I feel like if you're playing Valorant, I don't know. I am curious. I don't know if that stat has ever been released. I wonder what the overlap of like regular League of Legends players are to Wild Rift. You know what I mean? Because if I've been playing, for instance, if I'm playing Valorant on PC and I enjoy it, probably because of what I can do with it on the PC, like what it feels like, right? I just don't think I'm gonna get the same feel from. But then again, I'm like not a big mobile gamer, so maybe I just don't get it. Maybe I just don't get it yet. I'm starting to warm up to more mobile games, but Wild Rift is the only hope we'll get to Worlds in the West. Might do well in India because people are kind of tired of battle royale games. Yeah, man, battle royale games, they did last longer than I thought they would. Honestly, I kind of miss battle royale games, but the problem with battle royale games is, well, no, some games still have good solos. I don't know. Sometimes I still wonder. I'm like, man, I would love to go back and play some battle royale games, but then I'm like, would I? Yeah, PUBG Mobile, I've heard, is doing very well. Okay. Let's see. How do I want to set this up? I guess I don't need a Epic Pen. We can do this. Let's bring up the teams here. Okay. Wait, okay, so is Fortnite Lego, is that a mode in Fortnite? Is it a game that's been, what is that? I've seen that. You're glad we're both RQ pilled? Dude, I have been RQ pilled since beginning of 2023. All right, I've had big hopes. I actually had decent hopes for them even after lock-in. Like, not that I thought they were going to be top 3 after lock-in or whatever, but I was like, I don't know. I think their ideas are pretty good. I didn't think they were going to be last place, which everyone thought they were going to be. And then they weren't. Thanks, that nerd. It's a game mode in Fortnite. Okay. I haven't installed Fortnite in a long time. I mean, that's cool though. It is cool. It's a cool look. It's a big partnership. Okay. All right, let's start pick'ems before I get even more tired. And then maybe we'll play some silly games. How do I do this again? How do I record? Boom. We're recording. Good. Wait, what? VCT Pacific leaked a picture of Medusa? No. Wait, what? No, stop. Not like this. You're telling me we are 2 weeks out. Oh, hey, VCT Pacific kickoff tickets are now on sale. And they're nearly all sold out. Oops. Oh, but they're opening the second batch 7 days prior to each match. That's actually great news that they're nearly all sold out. I don't even care how many seats there are. It doesn't matter if it's like, well, I guess it does matter if it's only 10, but if it's like 50, 100, 200, 500, that's just cool news because it's winter. I don't know if it's actually still winter break, but where's that picture? Wait, on Twitter? I'm only seeing Foxy. I'm only seeing Zeta, DRX, and Gen G. I need my dose of craziness. Oh no, I'm gonna find it. Oh no. Oh no. I think you might be right. It does look like him. no. Not no because I have anything against Medusa. I think Medusa is probably worth a pickup for any Japanese team challengers or not. But funny I say that because, I mean, technically probably the same used to be able to be said for Korea as well. Dude, but what does that mean? They're going to have 8 players on their roster? What? I don't even know. Yeah, and at that point, if he is playing, dude, it is going to be so crazy / funny if Suggest gets benched. If the 2 people they keep from their previous roster are going to be benched. Astel's gonna be, dude, what is going on? Like, I mean, again, it's nothing against these individuals. It's just it's just like, what, why now? What? I don't even know. Okay, all right, let's focus. Let's get down to business. Let me zoom in on this. Okay. How do I change scenes, chat? Boom. My hair is all crazy. Partly because I didn't dry it today. Well, not properly. I did dry it, but just not properly. There's no good way to look at this. Okay. All right, we're going to record this. Go through our pick'ems. See how it pans out. If you watched Plat Chat, you know what the result is. Spoiler alert. It's not DFM. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I promised that we would get back into the grind for new content, and here we are. We are about 2.5 weeks away from the start of VCT 2024, and the Pacific kickoff will be starting on February 17th, as you can see on your screen. So today we're just going to go through, do a quick little pick'em run. We're not going to go too deep into the teams. We're not going to do an overall power ranking. If you are curious about my other thoughts, there's other pieces of content out there where I've shared it. I'll share that on social media. I'll probably link it down in the descriptions below as well as they get released and posted and uploaded. So you can check that out, but I'll touch upon each team. But today we're mainly talking about the bracket and the matchups, right? So this could differ from overall power ranking because obviously there's seeding involved and you don't have too many chances, right? The groups are double elim, but after that, the playoff, it's just you play the semifinals, and if you win, you're going to Madrid. If not, then you're not. So obviously, the bracket has a bit of a play here. But let's go through the group pick'ems, see what we think. And then in case you missed some of the predictions I've made elsewhere, we'll also talk about who I think are going to be the final 2. So, Group A. These groups were announced a while back. And, I do think some groups are much better favored. But there's also definitely some semblance of seeding here. Obviously, all of it should be based on last year. So I don't think you can really fault it too much, but it's just how the pieces fall sometimes. First up, Group A, T1 versus Bleed. The Battle of the Reds. Listen. Here, so, okay. Hold on. We're already reeling from what happened, because I just was on Plat Chat last night with my fellow companions Achilleos and Paper Thin, And we had a discussion about all the Pacific teams. And listen, for all you Bleed fans, I honestly think they could be rated higher. I think they should be rated higher. I do think it's hard. I think everyone agrees that like 2nd through 8th place in Pacific is pretty hard to pinpoint. I think Bleed is going to surprise a lot of people. However, I don't think they're beating T1. Listen, T1 had so much practice in the offseason. They are obviously very committed to finding a 5 that works, to finding a system that works. You know, some people raise some questions about the way they went about their roster changes during the offseason. I think that's fair. But at the same time, they're looking for results. So I think everything we've seen is they've had a lot of practice. They're trying to make sure that they find the right pieces to make results happen. And then also they played really well at AVL. Now, I think their biggest weakness that I don't know if they can fix within the like month and a half, 2 months that they had after AVL is, again, their game philosophy seems to focus more around this team fight nature, as I like to call it, of, okay, there's a situation, let's gather up our utility and dump it, and that's how we win this fight. Because I think that works up to a certain point. I think it's going to carry them fairly far every time in Pacific, but I don't think it's going to net them, for instance, like a trophy in Pacific, and I don't think it's going to work very well internationally. But that's neither here nor there, because in the groups, they're playing against Bleed, and I think that's going to be good enough to beat Bleed. So T1 wins there, Bleed goes down. Now, Zeta versus Global, I think you have to favor Zeta. Although, now that I'm looking at it, I don't think this is as clear cut. I'm gonna go with Zeta, but I don't know. The safe thing to say is Zeta's gonna need time to grow. I think their potential and their overall like power ranking should be fairly high. But in kickoff, I don't know. But then I guess they still have Deplaz and Sugar Zero. So I guess we can't take away too much just because of Hiroron and Yuren and their quote-unquote inexperience. Global esports, someone was reminding me that, and I've mentioned this in the past, I actually think Benkai is going to be one of the fraggers for global esports. Benkai's had moments where he has fragged out for Paper Rex in the past as well. And now that Russ is main IGL, obviously, Benkai might side call. Everyone on that team can side call. Not exactly sure about Povi, but hopefully he does, because I think Duelists making calls and being very active in comms is crucial in Valorant. But with all that, the less pressure, I think Benkai is going to frag out. But again, I think Zeta comes out a little bit stronger. Depp is a monster. Laz should feel a lot more comfortable. I think the mood in the team is a lot better. Obviously, the coaching staff, it's funny because there's a lot of them, but they're very committed to it, so that's cool. And then Hiron and Yuren, they're sharp shooters, in my opinion. So I think they should be pretty good. T1 Zeta. Ooh, T1 Zeta. I think T1 wins. The whole, again, dump your utilities to win the fights, and then on top of that, they've all got pretty crispy aim. You got Xcurit I think Xcurit can combat Laz and Depp in the op division. And then worst case, they also have Saya, right? That can still op as well. So I think that clears it. I think also T1 style, Zeta's style should have changed a lot. And we saw it change a decent amount during the offseason matches as well. But I think T1 style is still going to be favorable against Zeta's. T1's more off the cuff, gather your util, use it in the situation you're faced with. I think that's going to still outpower Zeta. I think Zeta's oftentimes going to be the one starting with lower numbers in the rounds. And then it's going to be hard for them to overcome. So, yeah, and then Carpe and Rossi, yeah, they're going to get 6 more clutches and then they'll win. So, I think T1, I think Zeta, I don't think it's going to be like a quick, easy 2-0, but I think T1 can definitely beat Zeta. In the lower bracket of this group, Bleed versus GE, it's really rough because I would love to rate GE going further. However, I think Bleed clears purely in the firepower department. Okay, you've got Scary, you've got Ye, you've got Darian, and Egoist, not a bad shout. Crazy Guy, also not a bad shout. I think Global Esports might have, I think their macro is probably going to be better. As much as I've been putting a lot of hope into Crazy Guy's calling and his brains, I don't think it's quite there at that level. But I think purely on the firepower department, I don't think Global Esports is going to find the answers for the likes of Ye, Scary, and Darion. So I think Bleed moves up. Sorry, GE fans. The bracket just doesn't favor GE in this kickoff, all right? That's all I'm going to say. Now, Zeta versus Bleed. I'm going to go with Zeta. I really want to put Bleed above. Then why don't you, William? That's a good question. Why don't I? I'm trying to think. I don't know if this is just like a vibe thing or not. I don't know if I just have an inkling that Zeta's going to beat them out. Man, just the Ye factor, it's so hard to ignore it. The Ye factor is so hard to ignore. It's so hard to ignore because, listen, Ye was one of the bigger, and FNS, but Ye and FNS but a big part of it was Ye was one of the biggest reasons CRX struggled for so long to break out of certain ranks back when Ye was an Optic, right? And Ye did the same thing to a lot of different teams. And it's just, Bleed is good. And then there's Scary, right? It's not just Ye, but it's Scary, it's Darion, and then Crazy Guy. I don't think he's a bad IGL. I don't think he's a bad initiator. I think he's pretty good, actually. And I think Egoist is very solid. I think Egoist is exactly what this team needs to kind of round things out. So, Egoist was, on the one team that continued to give Bleed, a little bit of a run for their money back in Challengers. So they're a good team. But I feel like as a team, from what we've seen, Zeta should be favored because Depp is also really good. I really don't think, I know that now as things have calmed down and we spent some time, I know enough people are giving him credit and looking at Depp and being like, no, Depp was actually really good in 2023. I think he was insanely good in 2023 in Pacific. I think the only reason Zeta was even in discussion for anything in 2023 was actually largely because of Depp. So Depp's really good, but then it's like, yeah, but would he still clear Ye? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Ye we used to all say Ye was the best player at the time. It's insane. It doesn't matter if he had a rough year trying to reclaim his reputation. He's still so good. Here's the thing. Bleed will probably play pretty slow. I think they're going to play pretty slow. Zeta used to play really slow. They still had some moments of falling back to that during the offseason, but it does look like they're going to try to improve on it. And it does look like Hiroron, especially Hiroron, I would say, is not exactly, he's not content with just sitting back and waiting. So that's good. But is it good? Are they going to get crazy enough and have enough firepower to blast through Bleed? I don't know. I'm gonna need some more data. Oh man. Okay, but this is bracket, right? This is not power ranking. Dude, I'm going to go with Bleed, man. For the bracket, I'm going to go with Bleed. I think I would still rate Zeta higher on an overall power ranking, but I got to go with Bleed in this matchup, man. I can just see it in my head. I can just see Huron and Yuren just shaking their boots as they're about to peek into Ye, and they just get slammed. And then if they do get away with their life and they try to clear, Scary's going to come. I can just see it happening. And Zeta's going to have to play this 4v5, 3v5 match. I don't think it's going to be... I think Bleed's going to win. All right? Bleed it is. So T1 and Bleed out of Group A. Submit it. Commit to the bit. All right. Okay. I talked about this briefly on Plat Chat. But how is DRX getting away with this? How in the world is DRX getting away with the two teams that we all think are going to struggle to get a win unless they face each other? How is DRX having both of them in their group? I don't know. I mean, I kind of do know, but it is crazy and ridiculous. There's not even a question. I'm not even rating DRX that highly for kickoff. I think they have a higher ceiling potential, but I think it's going to take some time. I don't rate them that highly, but I don't rate DFM at all because we don't even know who's playing. We don't know what they're playing. And even then, it's not like they have someone like a Ye where we're like, yeah, but he was the best player in the world. No, unfortunately, they weren't. So, end of story. Team Secret versus Talon. Kind of a similar story. I mean, Talon maybe has a bit more firepower on paper individually compared to DFM. A bit more is probably not fair. They probably do have more firepower on paper compared to DFM individually. But they also just added Surf. I really like Surf. I'm glad he's back. I hope this is a really good chance for him because I actually think he has the potential. Honestly, when he first joined Xerxia back when, I used to think this guy's got the ingredients of becoming a star. Like for the region, he has the ingredients. He definitely had the typical problem of overheating, but he was good, and he was, he was animated. He was good. He's very active on social media, although all of it is in Thai, so I have no idea what he's saying. But he had the ingredients to become a star. Then he kind of fell off, and then he's been bench warming. But he's back, so that's cool. But then who's playing what? Is Surf playing Duelist? Because I can't see Surf playing anything else. But does that mean Governor is now off of Duelist? Because it seemed like that's why they brought him in. Because that was enough to convince Ban not to be playing main Duelist anymore. And that's also where Ban used to look the best. Even back on T1, I would say whenever he did get to play the Jet, we were like, oh yeah, this is why Ban used to have a lot of hope and hype behind him. I don't know, right? So... I don't know what's going on with Talon. But this is like, we're not even going to get started about Team Secret, because I actually do rate Team Secret fairly high, but it doesn't matter who was on the other side here, unless it was DFM. I think they all cleared Talon in this matchup. Mostly because it's all question marks. Maybe they've been cooking something up, and we will be very surprised. Like that guy in Ratatouille. But unless it's that, well, that's not happening. Now, the DRX Team Secret game is very interesting because I am very inclined to do this. Who plays for DFM? Asked chat. Well, that is an excellent question because I don't know. Out of these 7 players, who do we think is playing? I mean, supposedly Anthem is inactive, whatever that means, because they decided to at least keep him over from the previous roster. And then there's rumors that the blurry figure next to Neth in the picture from the media day on VCT Pacific Twitter is Medusa. So maybe they have 8 people on this roster. I don't know. I have no idea. So we have no idea what's going on there. Oh, I don't have my notifications up. Oh, Issel, thank you for the 46 months. Well, it's going to be the last one, the last sub on Twitch. But thank you. Thank you for the congrats to the wedding as well. So, anyway, going back to it, let's focus on the matter at hand. I am inclined to say Secret beats DRX in kickoff. If this was a regular season, even if Secret did beat them, I think DRX probably comes back and beats Secret just like they did last year. Even with the roster change on DRX, I think they have enough of a very, very reputable core and a coaching staff that they could always come back, even with the younger players and the newer players, and they could beat Secret. Because here's the thing is, Secret seems to be this team that needs a lot of prep. And if you have to rematch and they bring something new or something like that, I think it's rough. However, they're going to have all the time they need to prep. I mean, sure, you haven't really seen these new iterations of Talon and DRX, but because of that, I can't imagine DRX is going to go off the wall too much during kickoff. If they do, I think it's going to be messy. I don't think the comms are quite going to be there for Foxy 9 and Flashback. Oh, you're right, though. Oh, there's no Haven anymore. But there is Icebox. But DRX also is they really did lead the Icebox charge from Pacific. I'm still going to go with Secret. I think Secret can beat DRX here. I think NDG is enough of a firepower upgrade. Again, the biggest question is Jeremy going to feel comfortable enough by kickoff? I mean, I think he has absolutely all the talent to do it. I think he has all the talent to be that main duelist. And I honestly think he has all the talent to be a main opera as well for the team. But does he feel up for it by kickoff? That's the biggest question in my mind. But I think the prep they're going to do, and just like the consistency that Secret's going to have, because they haven't changed much. It's just one new guy. The ideas are still going to be the same, etc. I think it's going to be enough to carry them above DRX for that one game, because that's all they need to get into the playoffs. We will review all the pick'ems at the end. We already went through Group A, but we'll get back to it. I don't want to keep jumping back and forth. I also wouldn't say DRX got worse. I think they're just going to struggle for a bit early on. Listen, I'm not rating DRX that highly for this year, but I also don't think they necessarily got well, okay, I mean, I guess they technically did get worse because RB and Zest were very, very good players. And they have to rebuild chemistry. So yeah, I guess so. But I don't think it's as big. I just don't rate them as highly. I think the way I put it on Plat Chat was best, where I'm like, they're going to have to work for it, right? I don't think it's a given anymore that they're in the top 2, top 3 of Pacific. But again, just bracket-wise, one match, I think Secret wins. Now, DFM versus Talon, the match of the century, returns after its initial debut in the VCT Pacific LCQ last year, where it was just as not exciting. I honestly, I'm doing this because I think I at least have some idea of what to expect from Talon, despite the addition of Surf and this roster juggle. I have no idea what to expect from DFM. And at that point, I mean, I think worst case, if Ban and Governor are just like, dude, we don't know what's going on, and they just kind of duo it up, I think they could still clear DFM with individual firepower at that point. And then Surf just does his own thing with individual firepower, and Jit Boys just sits quietly and anchors down a site. At that point, who's benched, I don't even know, but I think they clear. And because that's the state that Talon's going to be in, I do think DRX clears Talon. So, okay. And the 360 hertz monitors are going to nerf NDG. I am curious, what does that feel like, jumping from 60 hertz all the way up in the year 2024? That is a crazy story. I used to be one of those guys where I was like, dude, I don't care about my equipment. I'm still using this mouse pad that I got for free with my... I don't think it was even my PC, actually. I think it might have been my monitor. I don't even know if it has a brand. It's very dirty. I'm not huge on it, right? I play with Mega High Sense. I'm not huge on equipment, but jumping up from 60 hertz was one of those things where I was like, oh, it is smoother. It's very nice, So I don't know. Is it even confirmed that Foxy plays? Well, it has to be. Oh, because they brought in... No, but they brought another player in for their prospects. It has to be. Foxy has to play. Foxy 9 has to play. It's Foxy 9 and Flashback. I believe they also released... I think DRX... Yeah, DRX also just released a video where they were like, this is DRX for 2024. And it was... I saw the idea they were going for. They were trying to have some... I forget. I think was it Foxy who rang the drums? But anyway, someone was ringing the drums in the in a traditional Korean palace looking place and trying to gather the troops. It was very cheesy, but it was Stax, Buzz, Mako, Foxy9, and Flashback. Okay, Group C. My favorite group, because I actually think this is going to be the most stacked group in Pacific for kickoff. I don't think anyone can argue against that. If you are arguing against it, it's probably because you're not rating RQ very highly, and you are 100% wrong. So this is definitely the hardest group. RQ versus Gen G. We're going to start with this one. I think RQ clears. People are rating Gen G quite highly, and I think individually they're very strong. But I also think they're going to continue to play fairly slow. And with the addition of Coach Solo, I think they're going to play even slower. And I think RQ is going to target that pretty well. Now, Gen G, everyone on that team has the power to flip the round on its head, right? Literally everyone. And I think that's why Gen G is going to be a scary team. I think that's why they have scary potential, I guess I should say, because Munchkin, well, let's not start with Munchkin. Texture definitely can flip around on his head. Meteor, absolutely, especially if he's got a scope on it. Malakia very clearly has the clutch genes. And Charon, I would say, even proved that he can do that. He got used to the stage real quick at Convergence, and he was gelling real well with the rest of the teammates who have been pros for much longer than him. So that's all good. Munchkin also has a lot of clutch factor. I also don't think Munchkin is consistent enough to really, for that clutch factor to be enough. I think Munchkin's stocks are running out, to be very honest. I think he's still very good. Some people still put Munchkin way up here, and I wouldn't, but he's still very good, right? I mean, this is because we're comparing tier 1 players to tier 1 players, so it's a little brutal. So I'm not saying RQ 100% 2-0s Gen G. There's no way Gen G wins. No, there's absolutely many ways that Gen G wins. But I think if they win, it's going to be off of these clutch moments. I think it's going to be off of these just super highlight plays. But I think RQ this year is strong enough to bounce back from rounds like that. Last year, they were not. Last year, they would get slammed in a couple rounds, and they'd be like, oh, we don't know what's going on, and we're all just going to go out and try to get picks, and we're all going to lose our duels. I don't think that's going to happen anymore with this year's RQ. And I think team-wise, they're going to be able to target Gen G's weaknesses in terms of overall style much quicker. And I think it's going to help a lot, actually, that Estrella's on RQ, and he knows all the players in Gen G and the coaching staff quite well. I think having someone like Jemkin who can carry the round on his back is, again, going to be one of the reasons they're going to be able to bounce back, right? So it's not like RQ's vastly behind in the clutch factor. You've got Jemkin, you've got Xfero, and I think just those two are enough to kind of balance things out, in that world. So that's why I rate them higher. I also I'm not rating I'm not rating Gen G very highly in any ranking, just because I think their strengths are going to be the individual firepower. Their comms looked okay at Convergence. I think what I saw at Convergence from Gen G was exactly what I thought I was going to get from Gen G, which was pretty solid play, pretty solid trades, decent comms, some good ops, and a couple clutch moments. And I don't see that really changing much for kickoff. Until a style change comes, I don't see it really changing much. I also don't know. I mean, again, we're all under the assumption that if they're continuing from Convergence, it's going to be Lakia IGLing and then Munchkin perhaps assisting. I don't know if they can handle a style change, but also, will there be a styles change with Solo coming in? I would love to see that. I want Solo to have a style change, but I don't think he's going to. So I think RQ wins. DFM destroyed Gen G on Fracture 13-4 last year. That is true. DFM played well on that game. That was also a very different Gen G, but anyway, so RQ moves forward. And here's where I throw the entire YouTube universe into disarray, because I'm going to put the reigning champions of VCT Pacific, led by the younger Susanto, who continues to play, now that RB is out, probably has played the most agents in VCT Pacific, they're going to lose to RQ. I'm not even going to expand on it. They're not going to do it. I think RQ is going to win. The reason is I think Paper Rex is they're gonna toy with their whimsy a little bit, and it's listen. Honestly, RQ had a good shot. Are people forgetting this? Hold on. Are people forgetting this? Dude, this map too, there was a good shot, RQ. Like, literally, again, nothing against EJ, because I really love the guy. But if you had a duelist that was just much stronger and much more consistent, I think RQ wins this game. Okay, like Devi had some crazy rounds this game on this Pearl. Okay, and if those things, just both of those things changed, and even if Devi continued to have the same game, I think if you have the current roster of RQ in this game, I think they at the very least 100% go to Fracture and maybe even win. Okay, I mean even against something as Reyna that kind of shocked the rest of the Pacific, they didn't do poorly. Okay, like are you not seeing what I'm seeing? And here's the thing, and it wasn't just because like Omimore dropped a 30 bomb, right? Like, I mean, I shouldn't have opened this because now I feel bad, because what is highlighted is literally if EG had higher numbers, they would have won. Straight up. Okay? That was last year with what I think is absolutely objectively a weaker roster. I think their roster is 100% stronger. Again, nothing against any individual players, but the individual firepower upgrade plus the stylistic upgrade. Estrella is going to help Sidecall now. I've heard both, during his time on Korean teams and on RQ that this is a very big effect, that his sidecalling is good. He can also play the likes of KO and these other flash initiators, so they don't have to really kind of worry about how do we fill this initiator slot, right? That seemed to be something they struggled with. I mean, they had Xfero kind of jumping back and forth between Smokes and Sova and all that, and Flips, jumping back and forth between the breaches and whatnot, and sometimes the Sky, although usually they always had Evan coming in for the Sky. So it helps clear out some of the role issues, the agent pool issues. Estrella's very flexible as well. I mean, he could even help play double duelist if he really wanted. And then you've got Jemkin, solid as a rock. Everyone loves to bring up the 0-kill game he had. I mean, I brought it up when I was on the Ascension analyst desk. Yeah, it was a shock, but he also still top fragged, I believe, in the match, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe, no, that's crazy, actually. No, that's insane. That can't be true. Yeah, no, Scary. Oh, yeah, because Scary had like 3 clutches. No, but he by far top frags on the team, despite having 0 kills, okay? You can talk about the 0 kills, or you can look at it in the bigger picture and be like, wow, he totally got absolutely counter-stratted and absolutely targeted, had 0 kills, couldn't do anything, was the laughingstock of this map, and then he still came back and put up a near 30 bomb in 21 rounds. I don't know, take your pick for the storyline, but I'm taking the one where I say he could have some terrible rounds or maps and he still bounces back to try to carry the team to a win. So I think that's going to be enough. I think this is going to be enough. Now, long term, I think PaperX absolutely is going to be the highest rated team in Pacific. I don't know if they're going to win every finals for 2024, but I think they're going to be the strongest team. But I think this is going to be their phase where they're kind of toying with things, right? And, new patches and whatnot. So they'll come out swinging with a couple interesting things. It might catch people off guard, a couple maps here and there. But PaperX's strength is also more like, they just keep grinding, and once they have their own system really locked in, then they can just keep adapting live. And I think RQ's going to clear that. Now, because of that, I think PaperX beats Gen G stylistically. I mean, Gen G, firepower-wise, I don't think they really lose hard to PaperX. I think they lose on a couple fronts, but not entirely. But again, I think Gen G is going to play slow textbook Valorant, and I think PaperX is going to say, throw your textbook out the window, as they do with any team they play. And Gen G is going to be like, oh yeah, this is what it feels like to play against PaperX. So I think that's going to happen. Oh, I didn't submit this one. Oops. Cool. So I have, let's review the groups. In Group A, I have T1 beating Bleed and a Zeta Division, although I can't imagine either of these matches are going to be complete blowouts. If anything, I think the Zeta Division one might stylistically favor T1 a lot stronger than the Bleed game, but I think T1's going to go out in first. They're going to go into the semifinals and be one step away from making it to Madrid. I think Zeta is going to beat Global, mostly on the Firepower Division, and then lose, but then Bleed's going to have a climb back in the lower bracket. I think Bleed's actually going to beat Zeta Division, mostly in the Firepower Division, and they're actually going to get out into the play-ins. In Group B, DRX, despite me rating them a lot lower this year because I think they're going to need a lot of time to build up, obviously it's still clear DFM because nobody even knows who's playing on DFM. Nobody even knows if they're going to play Valorant this year, so we'll have to figure that out. And then Team Secret, kind of similar story against Talon Esports, but I think Team Secret's consistency carries them over DRX because it's just that one match they need to win, and Team Secret will go into the semifinals. I think DRX still... Again, I cannot believe that they're in the group with DFM and Talon because that all but guarantees them minimum into play-ins, like 100%. So DRX goes into play-in. And then Group C, Gen G RRQ, we just got done talking about it, but again, on paper, here's the thing. I think if you look at it very objectively, I don't think I sound that crazy. I think on paper, it's reasonable for RRQ to be rated higher than Gen G, especially in a single best of 3. However, the biggest question mark that I think everyone has that I think is absolutely fair, and this is where my copium and hopium carries me over just a bit, is we have not seen a single map of RRQ's new roster in the offseason. So I just have no idea if all this theory and paper is going to work out. But I think it should. I don't think it's like crazy going through hoops theory. I think it's actually very objectively on paper, they should look a lot stronger. The RQ over PaperX, yeah, I do think this is a little bit of hopium. But I do believe in it. Not just because I'm like, yeah, let's go RQ. I think that'd be cool. No, I actually think it can happen. But I think PaperX, their whimsy still carries them over Gen G. Now, this would imply... So this would imply... that RQ in my bracket, if it works out, it would be RQ and Team Secret, right? Because I can't do those, right? We have to wait until the matches finish, which I think there's like only a day. So if you do care about your VLR pickups, you're going to have to keep track of your time zones. But that would be RQ Team Secret, in which case I would favor RQ. And I think that's where they go to Madrid. And they're finally going. And then, yeah, according to my bracket, it would be PaperX, DRX, and Bleed in the play-ins, which actually, when you really line up those three teams, would be an insane play-in. But I do think PaperX's whimsy carries them forward, right? I mean, PaperX only has one change, and while Jing was a crazy guy, it's not that far like of a downgrade in any sense, just in certain very micro scenarios. And DRX has 2 roster changes, so I think, and sure, maybe firepower upgrades, but utility downgrades in my opinion. So I think PaperX beats DRX. I think they definitely beat Bleed there as well, so they would move in. And then, like you guys said, it would be the Sazanto Derby again, where PaperX plays T1 again. But PaperX have already shown that they can read through T1 style. So unless T1 comes stylistically very different from AVO, or at least a lot more flexible and diverse, I think teams like PaperX is where T1's buck stops. And that's the thing. I think T1 is absolutely going to be top 3 this year in Pacific. I actually think there's almost no doubt that they're going to be top 3. But I think as soon as they hit like the grand finals, the lower bracket finals in Pacific, or they make it to an international event and they face off against the best of the best, I think that's exactly where their style stops, unless they have a much deeper playbook and style that they can all adapt to, which is not easy. But I'm looking at Xcurit and Rossi, actually, to be the guys who are going to instate that change. So we'll have to look. This infographic is not correct? No, I think this is correct. But there's a chance that it changes if... So in my bracket, if Bleed wins play-ins, then you'd have to shuffle it. But I think this is currently how it is. But again, in that case, Paper Rex wins. So to me, my predictions are RQ and Paper Rex. Who's going to win the grand final? That I don't know. If it's an RQ versus Paper Rex rematch, maybe Paper Rex wins. I don't know, actually. That's really hard. But, yeah. I think RQ and Paper Rex are going to go, and that would be so exciting. So exciting. Oh my gosh, the redemption arc for RQ after being, which I do think was kind of unfair, the insane laughing stock they were at the end of lock-in last year, to be a rep top 2 from Pacific in the first Masters of 2024 would be insane. It would be insane. And I think it's going to happen. Also, mind you, the winner of kickoff gets 3 points. They get 3 champions points. Championship points? Champions points? Champion points, I think. This is something we're going to have to start to keep track of this year. And these 3 points could be the deal breaker. So just remember, I think this is the biggest plus side of these champion points is not only does it really favor teams who are more consistent to try to get that chance rather than having a Hail Mary in the LCQ, but it starts to make the grand finals of each, season, kickoff, split, whatever, matter a bit more other than just seeding at Masters. So keep that in mind. Okay, so that's it. RQ and Paper Rex going to Masters Madrid from Pacific. But again, this is just a bracket. It's in good fun. I agree with everyone that I think overall power ranking, I think Paper Rex still on top for the foreseeable future for Pacific. And I think 2 through 8 is very, very hard to call, right? Like I don't think even Global, I think on Plat Chat we rated Global Esports at 9th, but I think even Global Esports could punch up quite well. So yeah, I think Pacific is one of the more like anything could happen, which to me makes it very interesting. And it's not just because I cast Pacific. I'm not just trying to be like Pacific's the best. I mean, in terms of overall peak power, clearly we never were. But I think it's going to be very interesting. I think there's going to be a lot to look forward to. And I think it's going to be a good region to watch if you want to see, okay, who adapts the fastest, who improves the fastest. So we'll see. That's it for my pick'ems for VCT Pacific playoffs. Let me know down below. Link your pick'ems. Go do them right now. Let me know what you think is going to happen in VCT Pacific. Let me know who you think is making it to Masters Madrid. Will Paper Rex go there again? Is DRX, for the first time in a couple of years, not going to be at an international event? Who knows? Would love to hear your thoughts. But aside from that, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for everyone, as always, who continues to follow the channel and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see more, and leave a like and a comment on the video, as that helps a lot. Until next time, I'll see you then. Can't wait to see Gemkin destroy NA and EU teams in Madrid. Oh man, I don't know. That part, I don't know. We all had faith in something to do that, and it didn't go quite well. I am curious, though. The other thing is aside from Coach Alex trolling the map draft in the finals for Champions, I do wonder... I'm curious, like, what the thing is with something. Because he's not always... I mean, there were a couple matches, sure, a couple maps here and there. But, I mean, he's not, like... Wait, no, this is AVL. Go away. He's still top fragged, right? But he did feel a lot more quiet. Well, I guess he was also playing Breach. But you know, like, and it's more so like I think there were moments, but well, this Lotus had some tragic things going on. Yeah, Bind was not great. The Yoru, not great. There were some tragic moments for something in this map as well. But you know what I mean? It's just like other I guess this game, yeah, I do remember that. And I do think this comp has some merit on Ascent. But not that I'm saying that he needs to drop like 25 plus every time on every map at an international tournament, but if I think back to just how I felt watching the game, it just felt like there were moments where, like, even if you lose the duel, his aim just seemed not as quick, not as snappy. I mean, something I think overall for the duration of the tournament, something was pretty consistent. And there were moments where Jing played out of his mind. There were also moments where Jing therefore overheated. I actually think Mind Freak also upgraded a lot for champions as well. And obviously they got to the grand finals through the upper bracket. So obviously they played very well. But it's just one of those things where it's like something hasn't quite lived up to the hype internationally yet for me. You know, there just seems maps where he's like, ooh, gotta warm up again, and things like that. 10 said they suggested the Eurocomp to PaperX the day prior. I mean, I think the Eurocomp itself is fine. It's just the way they played it. Euros always also have a limit on how many times you can show it. But that's the question I had, right? Is if something played in Tokyo, would he have gotten to the point where he could have hard carried with confidence, even in the finals? I don't know. I mean, obviously they beat EG the first time. So, you know. This is the crazy part, by the way, is that they won even with the Something Arena not doing great, and then they changed that comp to the Euro comp. I mean, listen, let's not try to rewrite the history books. I don't think that's worth thinking about. It's just, I just don't feel that Something has really lived up to the hype, but I do think he can. And the way he plays in Pacific, granted, yes, it's against on average weaker opponents. But the way he's playing, like his movement, his shots, everything, it just seems to be slightly subdued when he goes internationally. And I wonder why that is. I mean, maybe this is also revisionist history for me. Maybe it's result-based history for me. So maybe it's not fair, but that's my big question. That's my big question. But this squad, man, chat, mark my word, they are going to make an impact this year. Mark my word. Although, you know, one thing that kind of scares me about DRX, I've been rating them kind of like lower than they usually are. Obviously not low, but lower than they usually are. But you know what scares me is that so Buzz deactivated his Instagram, and Buzz is quite the active Instagrammer. But he said he was deactivating his Instagram for the season because he wants to focus. That to me is a really good sign for DRX, and I think that to me tells me that, you know, Buzz and DRX are probably ready to do whatever it takes to actually win. So, listen, DRX fans, I mean, I don't think I would fault you for, if you wanted to rate them in top 2 still, I don't think I would fault you. I think the roster on paper doesn't quite look as strong, but the ingredients are there. Cool, cool, cool. Did that work? Ooh, that worked. Okay, cool. All right. Excuse me. Excuse me. Let's play a little game. It's not called Valorant. It's not called CS2. It's not called Street Fighter. But hold on. What's new on Xbox Game Pass? Chat. I think I'm going to deactivate my PlayStation Plus. How do we all feel about that? I don't think I'm going to be playing many online games. And quite frankly, there's only like one or two. I mean, getting to play a lot of the PlayStation library on a whim and check out some of those that are, that are PlayStation exclusives off of the library is kind of cool. But most of the games I get excited about on Plus is usually also on Game Pass. No, we're not playing Tekken 8. I don't know if I'm going to play Tekken 8. Tekken's so hard to learn. Oh, Brotato and We Happy Few are on Xbox Game Pass. I've always been very curious about We Happy Few. But you know what we're going to play today? We're not going to play XCOM. It's not XCOM. I am going to go back and finish it at some point, but we are going to play a little game called Trinity Survivors. But what is Trinity Survivors? William? Trinity Survivors has 0 followers on Twitch. I didn't even know that games categories had followers on Twitch, but what is Trinity Survivors? I'll be honest, I don't really know. But it looks like a kind of Vampire Survivors-esque game, but squad-based-ish. Does that make sense? It doesn't really in my head, but okay. Let's boot it up. Let's check it out. Yeah. I just wanted to chill out with a game that I wanted to check out, and then that'll be it for today's stream. The idea is Wednesdays and Thursdays going forward again for streams and YouTube videos every week, but we'll try to get back into the groove a little bit. Hold on. What do I want to switch to? I guess just this will be good enough for now. Uh-oh. There we go. Settings, language. All right, these are all the languages that you can check it out in. Espanol is in beta. Colorblind mode. I usually like colorblind mode in most games, but we'll keep this as is. Resolution, full screen. Oh, there's no windowed full screen. Ugh. Very simple graphics quality. Settings. Raise that. Automatically display upgrade window. Let's keep that here. WSD space for dash a leader skill. Right button. Wait, charge leader. Oh, okay. So you can hold. Artifact skill is shift, whatever that means. Upgrade is tab. And then you have emotes. Very simple. Very, very simple. I mean, we'll just keep it as is. Cool. Whoa, what is this? Okay, things are locked. Complete stage. Okay, so... Dude, what is this screen? I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like more and more games these days, I'm like... I like don't know how to navigate the UI very well. It just seems very overwhelming. Might just be me. Maybe I'm getting old. A deep gorge that cuts across the blah, 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 blah. Yes, yes, that's cool. We get gold. We get crystals. Training. Blood altar. A rare type of gem acquired from the course of High Yorks. Okay. Okay, so these are like chapters. Okay. He's speaking Korean, although I chose English. We can unlock more characters. Dash cooldown decreases by 1 second. Select one leader skill to use when the character is a leader. Swings. Oh, I can't change it anyway. Swings a sword wildly and mercilessly. Movement speed increases. Okay. But what about you? Critical chance and critical damage increase? Dude, that seems way better. Bang's ambitious masterpiece. It does its work brilliant just as it fires giant baby's the rocket. Okay, towards the target. Wait, what are regular skills? Oh boy. Oh, I guess these are what you can pick up during the game. Blood kill chance of allies increase. Attack damage all increases. Aim shot bombards the target area. The number of shots fired increase with each charge level. How does the screen look right now, by the way? Okay, I think that should be fine. Cool. We're gonna go with Speedox and Bang. Yeah, the voice lines are definitely all... Oh, I have to use him as a leader. Okay. Because we're in tutorial mode. Oh. There's a story to this game. Oh no, the rope was cut? Launched? I don't know. Oh, okay. So it is literally like Vampire Survivors. Your basic attacks go out. And there's a little cooldown on the left. So we can dash. There's 2 dashes. You do have to kind of make sure you turn ahead of... Wait, hold the right mouse button to defeat enemies by using spinning thrust. Oh, there's like upgrades everywhere. What is going on? Okay, this is... Listen, we're just in tutorial mode anyway. Okay. Can I just use this forever? No? What's the cooldown on it? This tutorial is not very promising. Oh, it's in the middle. Okay. Level up, sure. Just take whatever. Take whatever is colorful, because that's probably more powerful. It does seem a little late to make a game like this, doesn't it? You know what I mean? I feel like, they missed the trend by just a bit. But you know, the whole squad system, okay, I get it. They're trying to make sure that they differentiate themselves. Okay. So left click doesn't do anything, which is kind of crazy to think about. Wait, what? Dude, is that just gonna... Is it going to just constantly go up? Are we just playing now? Is that what's going on? What is... I wasn't looking at my upgrades. I don't know. So, okay, so it lists all your stuff here. You can press escape to check it out. Oh, we got a little leap boy here. Whatever that was. Ooh, refined knowledge. A book containing knowledge on filtering impurities from mystical minerals. We can get equipment. Ooh. take movement speed any day in games like this. Man, I actually, you know what game I missed now that I'm playing this is Gunfire Reborn. I'll have to check that out. I don't know if there's been more updates. I don't even know if there is stuff to be more updated in that game, but the map's relatively small for this game. I don't understand I don't know. I don't know what I was gonna say. What's the anyone in chat follow the Americas and EMEA scenes very closely? Like, obviously, you know, I know the headlines and whatnot, but what's kind of brewing? What's brewing in those regions? Attack damage of ranged skills increases by 15%. Covenant made with Verald, a notoriously malicious dwarf merchant. All these nerfs, but gold gain. Ooh, gold gain. Hell yeah. What are the top 5 best Korean street snacks? Street snacks? Like street food? Like street goodies? Like not convenience store stuff? Ooh, that's a good question. Well, yesterday, I was just out yesterday, actually. Wife and I went out for a nice little movie date. On which note, we watched Wonka. That was pretty good. Is there a... Can someone remind me? Is there a... Like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory / Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory version with Timothy... what's his last name? The Dune guy? Or is he just in this, like, prequel movie? And are we still going off of the Johnny Depp version? Anyway, the movie was pretty good. And then we had the Korean fried donuts, the twisted donuts, which I don't think there's a name for it in English. Yo, this boss is crazy. So those are pretty good. That's a personal favorite of mine. Usually they always sell 2 different menus, at least. They sell the twists, the fried donuts, and then they sell the fried donuts with red bean inside. And you can get it sugar coated if you want. So that's a big one for me. Chicken skewers are always going to be a big one. Chicken skewers are very good. These days there's all sorts of different flavors, but usually a little on the spicier side or just salt. So chicken skewers are pretty good. I don't know if we can count tteokbokki as a snack, like the Korean rice cakes, but it's a very common like street food thing. And if it's sold on the street, usually you can just like get it in a cup or just small servings. You kind of just stop and go. So that's good. And then in the winter, you have to think about... Hold on, where's my equipment? How do I check my equipment? Oh, it's in the bottom. Okay. And in the winter, you have to always include the goldfish bread. Which, if that sounds crazy to you, it's not as crazy as it sounds because it's just shaped like a goldfish. Although I think they're now more like trout? I'm not sure, actually. They changed it at some point. But yeah, goldfish spread is, again, it's bread with... it's a pastry with red bean inside. Sometimes custard. So it's there's like a Japanese version of it as well you might be more familiar with. But goldfish bread is what it's called in Korea. So that's a big one for me. Is that 5? Spicy rice cakes, chicken skewers, the fried donuts, the goldfish spread. Ooh, we got space for one more. Heretics are going to end dead last in EMEA. Really? Yeah, like 100%? What would be my 5th top Korean street food? Like street snack-like food, not like a meal-like food. Well, that's a good question. I mean, I want to say odeng, which comes from the same characters that's used in Japan for oden, which is fish cake. I personally like that. I don't know if that I would like universally rate that in the top 5 though. G's been farming in scrims. Oh, you're feeding me scrim bucks. Oh, this is dangerous. G's been farming in scrims. I am very curious about new artifacts, splendid cooldown of leader skills. Okay. I'm very curious about how Benkai is going to perform, because I secretly am hoping that he becomes this crazy fragger again. I think that'd be cool to see. I don't know, man. But at Convergence, G was also exactly what I expected, similar to Gen G. Really good awareness of the map, really good movement around the map, poor execution and firepower. So I don't know. Work Watchtower, new stage. Okay. What's tactical training? Enhance teamwork and unite the party as if it were a single unit. You can quickly conduct an intensive training session with the whole party. Oh, okay. That's just skill tree. Increase movement speed. 300 gold. That's so expensive. 500 gold for more. Oh, I need to be level 3? Okay. Boom. Boom. Now we're poor. But we can get more XP. Just kidding. We need more of these, whatever things they were called, gems. You can always reset that though. That's cool. Oh, do they talk about their scrims on their channel? Okay, I haven't checked it in a little bit. Oh, now we can change it. Cool. Wait, total health 80. Does that change? No, but... Oh, but each of them have their own health pool. That's interesting. Huh. Great. So you can play this co-op with friends, supposedly. But I don't know how that works. I wonder if you just all separate then and you... Giant baby fires in the direction you point your cursor. Oh, it's these little bombs. Wait, no, giant baby's the leader. Okay. Critical chance of giant baby increases stabs enemies in the face direction 3 times. I'm so confused. Trying to see what all my skills look like. Okay, there's Jared's giant baby. Oh, giant baby is indeed giant. The cooldown on it's very low too. Do you like the Wild West theme game Hall of Juarez? Juarez? Why do I feel like I've heard that game before? Artist's critical chance. So, okay, so each of them have different stats. This game is kind of interesting. It is, but again, I wonder if you play in co-op if you're just 3 guys running around separately. So I feel like that would make the game a lot easier. Ballistic rounds. Serena Sime creates an area ahead of her that unleashes a continuous barrage of bullets and slows enemies on a successful hit. Area skill effect. Movement speed increases by 3%. What? That's OP. Launches a rocket at the target, causing an explosion and creating a fire zone at the location. I wonder, is there a limit to how many skills you can get? Because most of these games, they do, right? You can't just like keep getting new things. At some point, you just have to level up the ones you got. I wonder if it's 3 each. There's a double barrel shotgun 4. The shotgun has a chance to fire 1 to 3. All those up. Oh, that's the little thing, the slow. Okay, I get it now. See if we get any more upgrades for Rena. Did you try Pal World? I actually did not. I was busy when it came out on early access, and I kind of missed the hype. And I am happy that I did, because otherwise I probably would have sunk a lot of time into it. And to be very honest, I mean, to be very... Oh, wow. This dude kind of hurts, actually. To be very honest, I mean, I think it looks cool. I think I can see the merit, but like this game spoke to me more, where I was like, ooh, I'll try it. This game is also cheaper, so that helps. It's a $10 game, but it wasn't. It looked very good. It looked very fun, but not enough for me to be like, ooh, I definitely want to try it. It's probably because all of those genres that are combined in that game are none of them are like must plays for me. So you have 67 hours in like 4 to 5 days. What? Is the WillChobra account gonna die by this month? No, I gotta figure it out. I have 2 weeks to figure it out. This game is called Trinity Survivors. Just finished up watching everything you need to know about Pacific. Can I ask a few questions? Sure, go for it. I don't know if I'll have the answers, but I will try. I mean, is Palworld really worth it? Like, I see people still like picking it up now and trying it. Everyone who's played it tells me the same thing, that they just like sunk hours and hours in a couple days. Dude, this guy's AoE, man. That's just not cool. Upgrades. Okay, so I think it is 3 each. I think that's where the UI ends here. Tank damage of various skills. A covenant made with, yeah. Sapling of the World Tree. Oh, XP gain increase. Hell yeah. Sign me up. Oh, we got self-exploding goblins. Honestly, I am actually kind of digging this game. I know that sounds a little crazy. Oh my, okay, calm down. There's a lot of nonsense going on. How was the CS2 experience? Tyler did get pretty wrecked. CS2, it was fun, man. It was fun. I actually really liked it. I think getting to cast CS was a good kind of reminder and reset on some casting philosophies for me for any game, but also obviously directly to Valorant as well. It was also really fun to watch some CS. RQ has not played any off-season tournaments, then why are they placed so high? So, I mean, that was mostly because of me. But the thing is on paper, I think... So, even counting all the on-paper changes from other teams too, regardless of whether they looked better or worse than we expected based on roster changes and whatnot, I think RQ's upgrades coming off of their performance last year and the style they were playing should be stronger upgrades. Now, I mean... They haven't played, so it's a question mark. But I also don't think it's fair to be like, well, they haven't played, so they should just be automatically rated lower. I think that's also not fair. But, I mean, listen, I think their calls and their overall ideas were pretty good last year, but they would start to fall apart when they were starting to lose a couple rounds in a row, and clearly their comms were breaking down, which I think Estrella coming in as a side caller should help a lot. Estrella also frees up a lot of the initiator pool and can play double duelist if needed, although I don't think they ever will. Then you have Jemkin, who has a lot more firepower and a lot of clutch factor as well. So now you've got him alongside Xfero, who can really flip around on its head. Elmimore, I think, has always been good. He started to get really shaky towards the end of the year, so I don't know why that was. And he sometimes needs really... He takes a while to warm up, so I would say that's something they just needed to work on. I'm not counting that towards the higher ranking. That's just a point that I'm making. But I do think Estrella coming in as a side caller and freeing up some of the initiator roles helps Flipstrider quite a bit too. And whenever Flipstrider was in a clutch situation, he would frag out. So again, I think all of these just point to a much stronger RQ. Attack range of speed on some skills increases. Oh, flamethrower. Nice. But here's the thing, is that like if anybody were to come up to you and be like, well, do you have proof that it's going to be stronger? I mean, I don't, because like you said, they haven't played. So it's really just on paper, I think It should be higher. I think they were... I feel like the other ways I can put it is RQ always felt like one of those teams that was just one step shy of making something big happen last year, right? They were close to going to a map 3, if not beating Paper X in that last match of the regular season before playoffs. They honestly, I think they should have won the LCQ match against Zeta that went to like 40 rounds of overtime or whatever, or 20 rounds of overtime, I guess. Things like that, where it's like, I'm not counting that as a big jump, but then they made these upgrades that I think are direct upgrades for the team and individually. So then I think they should be rated higher. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, I'll take move speed over health any day. But yeah, I mean, I've talked about it on Plat Chat every time I've been on and we had a chance to talk about RQ. I've talked about it in some of my other YouTube videos as well, so you can check that out for more. But the bottom line is Jemkin, a direct upgrade, and also a lot of clutch factor, also a lot of consistency. And I am actually valuing Estrella's ad a lot. But that's a lot of intangibles. So until we see it in action, I can't prove it. I feel like I'm not playing this game to its fullest potential here with the mouse cursor aiming. I'm not used to the whole throw where your cursor is type of deal here. Oh, I need to get to 300 orcs. Takes twice as long to start recovering health. Recovery intervals are 2 times faster. I don't know what these knives look like, but we're about to check it out. Have you played other games like this? I've played Vampire Survivors quite a bit, and I played Bang Bang IO or whatever it's called, the mobile version that was released. Second question: if DFM picks up a win this season, it can be against which team? If they do pick up a win, just so we're clear, I was one of the people that did not think they're going to pick up a win again this year, which I hate to say it, but I think that's true. But if they do pick up a win, if they do pick up a win, I think it's against Talon. I'm sorry, Talon. I was going to say maybe Talon and Global Esports, but I don't even know if individual firepower is that much ahead. I mean, some players it is, but... Because the only way I think it would happen for a team against a team like Global Esports would be purely on like clutch factor and individual firepower, but I don't know if it's enough that I could confidently say that they have a chance. So Talon. That will be the only one where I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, it could happen. I don't think it's likely, but it could happen. Oh, Orc Vanguard Chieftain, a very angry-looking big old dude. Oh, hey, the swords are impaling everything. Oh, those knives return. They're like a little boomerang. Ow. Oh, I have 2 dashes, don't I? Oh my gosh. I can upgrade. Let me upgrade. Legendary. I don't even need to read it. It's legendary. It's orange. And it's donezo. Ba 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 bam bam. Benkai joining GE. He was brought up actually on Plat Chat. Achilles actually reminded us that it would be now with Benkai, which I had talked about in some other content that hasn't been released yet, but I will admit it, I did briefly forget it during Plat Chat yesterday. But Achilles brought it up, and we didn't get to dive into it too deep because I think we were trying to move things along because we were already spending a lot of time on each team. Personally, so now that we have the chance, personally, I think with Benkai there, they would look much stronger than at Convergence. I think Skills had a pretty good showing, but I think Benkai, just more experience. I think Benkai actually, I really think Benkai has a lot of potential for firepower. I think he's shown it in the past. And I think people are forgetting that. I think he can frag out. And I think that'd be very cool to see. So I think Benkai makes him a lot stronger. But while I have hopes for Benkai fragging out, and obviously he's going to help the calls and comms a lot as well, do I think that frag out is going to be like strong enough to compete against, you know, the other individuals we always talk about when we talk about firepower, like Depp and Ye and whatnot? That I don't know. Attack damage and rating skills. Cool. These are all just stuff we can get, right? Yeah. I still don't have gems. But I can spend all my gold on stuff like this. Boom. Library. Learn about the performance of artifacts. Oh, we can see what's available. Very cool. We can learn about our characters and the orcs. Very cool. Not interested. Now we have to use her as our leader. GE going winless? I mean, listen, GE's right at that I'll be very honest, on paper, I think GE is right at that cusp of like, either they go winless or I'm charging up something. Oh wow, that's kind of cool. Either they go winless or they can like punch above their weight. But I mean, I agree a lot with what Wyatt said. I mean, we kind of said the same things where I'm like, I think last year's GE had higher upset potential, but I think this year's GE looks like a better team, but not enough of a better team that I think they could consistently punch above. That's just where I stand. Is that with watching the G videos? No, I mean, admittedly, I haven't, but I mean, if we're gonna go with that, I mean, I think a lot of teams would have to be rated higher, except for like maybe Zeta, because they're being very safe with everything they say. I'm not trying to excuse myself. I'm just saying, like, I don't know if it is, I don't know if it's enough to, like, change my tune. Oh, this is a new one. Oh, I don't like that. It's very slow. This year, last year, GI Firepower comms sucked. Well, yeah, I mean, last year, I'd be hard pressed to say certain rounds and certain maps, they probably didn't even really have proper comms. I mean, I think Aaron did his darndest. And I think he did a really good job, but he's only one guy, right? And we're starting to really learn that it can't just be the one guy anymore in Valorant. You just can't rely on that anymore. But you know, I mean, I think everyone agrees, right? That the team looks better than last year. The team looks like it's going to have more foundation. It looks like it's going to play smarter. It looks like it's going to have better ideas about how to play and beat their opponents. But will the execution be there is where all of us have questions. And I'd be happy to be proven wrong, but it's one of those things where I'm like, if I see it in the live match, I would consider it me being proven wrong rather than that was always supposed to happen. Does that make sense? Right? I think you guys, I hope you guys also understand, other than like I mean, I don't know. Maybe this sounds even worse for teams like DFM. But other than for maybe DFM, a lot of times we're just seeing like what the expectation is, as objectively as we can say it. Other than, I will admit, and this is why I always put the disclaimer that I have a lot of hopium and copium for RRQ, but I also do think the expectation for RRQ is that they perform a lot better than last year. I think that is the expectation. I don't think that's crazy. Perhaps how high I'm rating them is some of that hopium copium, but a lot of it is until we see the match, right? And especially in a FPS, like, things can really look different than expectation. It can be just that one match. It could be the whole season. It could be the patches that come out. Things can change. So, listen, it's expectations. Just because we're like, well, we don't rate them as high, doesn't mean we think they're just going to crash and burn. Again, if we think that, like, for instance, I think there's a likelihood that DFM crashes and burns. I really hope not, but I think it's likely. So, I would put it that way. But otherwise, it's just what I'm seeing and what I'm not seeing. Did you do a VCT 24 wild predictions on Platcher or something? Yeah, we did. Last night. Well, not wild predictions. I mean, we did our bold predictions, I guess, for who makes it to Masters Madrid. But you just saw that. My prediction was the same. Dude, this leader skill is, the cooldown's very low. Can I dash while I'm charging it? Oh, I can. Well, I don't know. Sky blades. Oh, 6 blades fly outwards. Sick. Oh, that's kind of nice. Oh, you're the boss. Hello. You don't seem as scary. Yeah, I would check out the plat chat. There were some good discussions. Not all of us are always on the same page, so that's always nice. Tired of seeing Paper Race and DRX as the only representatives of APAC. I mean, I personally, I wouldn't use the term tired, but I think it's due time that we see more teams. And that would help Paper X and DRX as well, right? Because that would mean that there's more teams that are now challenging them pretty regularly, so... Blood Altar. What does this do? I didn't read the thing. So these are like permanent stuff? I'm so confused. I guess so. I think these are like permanent things. We don't have enough to do it though. We need more crystals. I need so many more crystals. In other news, what do you have lined up? Rebirth, Tekken 8, finishing XCOM. I do plan to finish XCOM. I thought about doing it today, but we're going to hop off the stream here in like 20 minutes or so. So we'll get around to it. And then Rebirth for sure. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for sure. Leader ability. Gold gain increase. XP gain increase. Dude, this leader is the bomb. Unleash the fury of a volcano and fires volcanic missiles. Crafts an artifact. Behold her masterpiece. So you get free artifacts. So she's a melee. I think. It doesn't quite say. But all her abilities are melee. Dismiss. Select more melee. Oh, she's drunk. That's not good. I can't wait for Rebirth. Wait, when is Rebirth? But the problem with Rebirth is doesn't it release? Oh my god, that hammer is huge. Wait, how do I blood kill an orc? Oh, okay, well, apparently they're just gonna give it to me for free. Doesn't that come out like literally as kickoff starts? Blood kill level increase. Here's the supply from the blood altar. Okay, sure. What does it do? Fires multiple shots straight ahead. Oh, this is my other ability. Okay, that's kind of cool. Bouncing bullet is good. Yeah, boost morale. Not sure how useful that is. Ooh, yeah, more ranged attacks. Wait. Oh, that's my Oh, the anvil's the lightning bolt thing. I don't like it. I don't like it. We're never getting that. Wikipedia says the 29th. Oh, it's actually gonna be right after. Oh, that is amazing. It's gonna be literally right as kickoff ends. That's actually so goated. Attack damage increase. Ooh. Yeah, I guess the range on the anvil would be nice. Does it throw exactly where I'm aiming though? Oh, that's the last skill slot for my leader. I want to check out some of the other stuff too. Okay, it does. Okay, so I can control it. So that's good. Although, okay, this leader's ability of like 3 minutes to get another artifact, not cool. Ooh, more of that. Okay, so how does this work? Oh, do I have to swap it? Oh, I do. Okay. Interesting. Wait, phase 2 complete. Oh, this has... Oh. I kind of get it. Maybe not. Whoa, what is this? Gold gain increase. Become invincible for 2 seconds. Is that lightning thing that's shooting out? Is that off of my dash? I don't even know. VCL South Asia starting. Yeah, this year I might spend some more time keeping up with all the challenger scenes regularly as well. Because I definitely want to do it for Korea. And probably 6 to 10 months for the PC port. For Final Fantasy? Oh, 100%. What, you think you can just play PlayStation games on your PC? That's crazy. Get out of here with your pipe dreams. There's something weird about this game though. Are you guys feeling it? There's a part of this game that feels like the that it's like more polished and better looking than some of the other ones that came out in this genre. And then there's a part of this that just looks real not great. If that makes sense. Okay, got a new artifact. Cooldown of dash. Nice. Oh, I actually probably should have gotten the artifact thing. Alright. Whoa, who's firing all those bullets? Don't do that. Oh, you're still alive? What the? Ow. That was bad. Literally about to die. Okay. Well, picked that up. That's good. Ooh, leader skill cooldown. Yeah, let's go. Dude, there is a little bit too much to keep track of in this game, though, isn't there? You know what I mean? Like there's like the blood level, then there's your artifacts, and then there's your just regular level, and then there's all this stuff on the screen. And I'm about to die. Dude, where can I get some health here? How do I get some health here? Oh no. Oh. Okay. Okay. I gotta use my dashes more liberally, methinks. The voice acting I'm not a big fan of. Okay, whew. Oh, it's dicey. Oh my god, there's more? Why is this level so long? I might actually fail this stage. That's crazy. I would like some health pickups. Maybe not. Maybe. Not sure. I think it's a random drop, but I couldn't tell you. Kind of like an extremely polished mobile game, but yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know. Yeah, something about this is. Yeah, I guess it's the graphics that make the whole bullet hell a little bit too confusing. Yeah, it's just too much clutter. Ow. What in the world? Okay, that's good. That's good. Clear it out. Clear it out. Enough of this nonsense. Alright, clear everybody out. Dude, where are my health drops? Oh, I did get health. Oh, now I'm recovering health. Oh, if you don't get hit, you recover health. I think they did say that. And I missed it. So blood kills are just random? I don't even know how that works. Like, there's crits and then there's blood kills. Like, are they one and the same? Are they related? Does it just not matter at all? Ooh, health. Dude, can I just pick up my upgrades here? Thank you. Installs a turret. Do it. Oh, you're the problem. Ooh. Blood artifact. Abandoned. All right, push it. Yeah, there's like way too much animation going on. Too many colors. I think that is the big issue here. Dude, I don't even know where the boss is. Like, I can't even find this dude. Dude, what is this flower? What? Why are there two bosses? What is going on? Oh my gosh. Okay. A little invincibility sounds nice right about now. Oh my gosh, there's more flowers. Oh my gosh, there's flowers everywhere. Dude, what is that? I can't even approach this dude. Are you kidding me? Oh, no, don't tell me. Don't tell me we need to finish this at range, because... Okay. I was about to say, that's ridiculous. Okay, forget the other flowers. If they die in collateral damage, that's great, like this. But if not, we just focus on the main boss, because otherwise, we're never going to kill this dude. Okay, now we clear out these guys while that poison is going. Dude, throw your little anvil thing. Where's the anvil throw? There it is. Oh, I can make a new artifact. That's cool. Attack damage of leader skill. Wait, oh, I don't have leader skills though. No, leader ability? I don't even know what it's called. Oof. I mean, it's kind of fun. I imagine it would be kind of fun co-op, although I don't know if the map's still going to be just as small in co-op. That sounds kind of crazy. Introduction, characteristics, skills, and leader skills of fallen angels. But I can just... Okay, like this is crazy. It's crazy that this is a menu, because I can just see it in here. That's crazy that they have... That is crazy. Oh, you have to purchase. Okay, I mean, it does look like you can earn both of these in game, so it's not the end of the world. Okay. I mean, the game seems fine. I don't know, it's $10, so take your pick. I think it's fine. I don't think it's anything to write home about. I don't think it's a must play. So that's it. That is it for today. It's not Power World. I don't know. Maybe I'll try Power World at some point. I can try the preview on Game Pass, so I might try that. But I think that's going to be it for today's stream. Tomorrow, I don't know. Maybe, probably not. I think we'll take it slow this week. Next week, we'll get back to trying to make sure we stream definitely on Wednesdays, and then Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Friday. New place looking clean. It does look nice, doesn't it? Shout out to my wife. She's been awesome at setting all this up. So that's good. But yeah, that's it for today. Thanks so much for dropping by. Thank you so much, both on Twitch and YouTube. I'll have an update on the whole Twitch situation. We'll figure it out, and we'll go from there. VCT Pacific kicks off on February 17th. And that's all I got for today. I will see you all next time.